As the world turns, rotating on its axis. My life, you know what I'm saying? Walk with a nigga, man. Take a trip in my shoes. Be me for a day. My life, my pain, my struggle, my strife, my obstacles in my life. All the shit in my life, my life, my pain, my struggle, my strife, my obstacles in my life, my life, my life. My life. I'd rather die broken, happy than rich and lonely. Never so dope. I don't need them snitching on me, cause niggas get jealous and start
wasted too much time. Now I'm here and crying. This night with me, although it's not the last time.
Hey, yo, Sway, you destined for greatness, bro.
Thank you for tuning into yet another episode of the Breaking the Silence with Arthur, Nikki, Nicole, where you can unleash your inner voice. I would like to take a moment to say thank you. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for the ones that have given me encouraging words on this journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So today's guest is Mr. Brian Timmons, better known as Bezoblaze or Mad Tiger. He is an aspiring artist, music producer, and CEO of Carolina Kinfolk. He is also a colleague of mine from college. So everyone, please welcome Brian Timmons to the stage. Hello, how you doing today?
I'm good. How you doing? I'm good.
Good. Long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a good little while. Good to see you though.
You as well. So tell me a little bit about your music. What type of music do you make?
Man, I make all kinds of music. It depends on I'm real creative, so it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Like I might have some feel good music. I might have some music for the clubs. I might have some thought provoking music. It just depends on what situation I'm dealing with in life and what kind of mood I'm in.
Okay, well that makes sense. That's just like when it comes to writing. When I write, it depends on what my mood is. If I'm in a sad mood, I might write something fire. So I agree with that completely.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to become an artist?
I don't know. I think when I was younger, I was always into music because I always had aunts and my dad and them. They always used to be playing the piano. We would go to my aunt's house on Friday nights and they would have like a live music session. They would all be playing live instruments, and I was like, I kind of like this, but our wave and our era, it was hip hop. For them it was the blues and jazz, but for us it was hip hop. And me and my cousin we used to just kind of experiment with the old school karaoke machine and the tape player. And then, I all through high school, that's what I did. I just made music. I had my favorite rappers. I had rappers that inspired me. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do what they do. But after people start liking it, I say, hey, maybe this could go somewhere, seriously. Because I never could play sports. Right. So I was like, I think I'm going to go the music route. So I just stuck with it.
So what artists inspired you or influenced you to get in the music field?
Some of everybody. You got people like Outkast, Andre 3000, Pimp C, Bun B, Jay-Z, Biggie, of course, Tupac, all of them, all of the greats. Eminem, I'm not going to leave Eminem and Redman out. Then you got people like Dead Presidents, your conscious rappers, Talib Kweli, Killer Mike, you got them too. So it's a lot of people. It's a whole melting pot of artists. You don't know who I might sound like.
So, do you only make music, or do you have other forms of art that you're into?
Nah, I really only make music. I haven't gotten into acting, but I probably could do that too. I think because I see myself as a true artist. You know what I mean? If you can envision it, you can pretty much do it.
Right. I agree completely. You can. If you can see it, you can do it. I mean, it's just that simple. So, what can you tell us about being a music producer? Like the highs and the lows of
It's fun. It's
it.
fun, because you get that's the high of it, the fun and the joy you get when you listen to something that you created from scratch. You go in the studio, with nothing. You go in there and you don't have nothing. Like I don't go in when I go in, I don't have nothing. I don't have a pen. I don't have a
Mm,
pad. All I have is the beat
mm,
and maybe an idea of what I'm gonna do to the beat. So it's just the fun and the joy of creating something from scratch, and you know that it's you. You know what I mean? You get to
mm.
express that creativity that's pent up through whatever situation you might have been dealing with before you went into the studio. Now you have all this inspiration to come up and create something.
Hmm. Wow. So you create your beats for your music as well?
No, I don't. I don't do the beats. I
Okay.
don't do the beats. I don't do the beats because I feel like when I make beats, I feel like it just sounds like a bunch of noise. You know, I'm not the beat guy. If you want me to write it, or if you want me to write it, or help you write it, or help you create it, or come up with it, I can do that. But I'm not gonna do the beats. If you want me to record it, I'll do that. But production and mixing it down, like I'll record it. I'll make sure it is clear. But mixing it down and making the beats is not me.
It's not you.
I don't do that.
So who is your target audience when it comes to making music?
Um, I don't really put myself in a box. I think music is for anyone who likes it. Cause you got 24-year-olds that listen to the Osley Brothers.
You're
You
right.
know what I'm saying? So you can't really put music say I'm gonna make this type of music for this audience. I might make a song that older people like. There's some songs that I have that people my mother's age love.
Right.
Like the song that I gave you, everybody loves that. There's no target market for that. That's one of the songs that reach people of all ages, all groups, all backgrounds, because everybody goes through something in life. And when you
Right.
make music that inspires people or touches people, I mean, fine, you can make a dance song, that's cool. But when you make a song that touches people's heart, it's timeless. It's not gonna
Exactly.
fade away. It's not gonna be outdated because no matter how old that song is, when that song comes on, it's gonna touch people. And
Exactly.
that's the kind of music that I want to make. I can make party records, that's fun, fun records, that's cool. But I want to make timeless music that people 20 years from now will listen to. You like these people like the Beatles and Elton John. You got these people who've been performing music for 20, 30 years, and they got a whole new audience. That's how
Exactly.
I want my music I want my music to stand the test of time. I'm not saying that all of it will, because I have some songs that just sound like I just made it for that day or that point in time, that era. But I also want to make music that's timeless, that you can put on years from now and it still rock.
Right. So how long have you been doing music? How long have you been in the actual music industry?
Ah man, I've been making music since I was about 15 or 16, but I've only been trying to do it like professionally for about maybe 10 years.
Hmm,
Maybe 10
okay.
years. I've been doing this a long time. It's not it don't happen overnight, but I feel like it don't really make. There's a lot of people who say, "Oh, you too old to be making rap music," or "You should give it up and find something else to do. You should take your talents to South Beach or whatever." But I don't think that way. I think that you should make music for as long as you feel like making music.
Exactly.
If people,
It's
if
never too late.
yeah, if people don't like it or they don't like you, then maybe your
Who
music
else?
is not for them.
Exactly. Exactly. I completely agree. You know, nothing that you have a passion for has a number on it or age on it. Do what you love. I mean,
Yeah,
it might have took a little bit longer, but hey, you're doing what you love.
yeah.
So what are some things that you wish you would have knew before you started your business with Carolina Kimpo?
Wish I would have known all the red tape you gotta go through. It's like it's not like you just put music. I wish I would have known more about the business and the licenses that you have to have before you do stuff. Like you can't just put music out on Instagram and think that it's gonna take off. You gotta have licenses, you know what I'm saying? And then there's different licenses for each state. You have to build yours according to the states that you in or the
Mm.
states that you conduct. There's no universal business law. It varies from state to state.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting. So I'm sure that can get costly too. It's a
Yeah,
price to that, right?
it's definitely a price to that. And everything in business there's a price to it.
Well, you know it, but
You know what I'm
that can be
saying?
really costly for you, especially if you're moving around. You know, you want to be worldwide. You got to be a
Yeah,
license in every state.
you know what
Wow.
I'm saying. You can't just take a beat from YouTube and record music on it and put it out.
Mm.
Because whoever made that beat, if that song blows up, whoever made
They're
that
gonna get
beat,
credit.
definitely they coming for you. You know,
Mm.
you know what I'm
Lawsuit.
saying. So,
Mm-hmm.
so, so, it's to anyone out there. Before you release anything, make sure that you have the business side of it because you probably gonna profit from it, but you don't want to profit from it and then somebody come along and say, "Hey, that's my beat.
That's my
I
beat.
didn't give you permission," And then there's different levels. You can buy a beat straight out, and then you get the licensing, and you can also do what you call a lease. You can lease the beat, but you can't use it professionally
Mm-hmm.
because it's only a lease. It's not your beat. Just like when
Right.
you lease cars, you can't keep them. You know what I'm saying? You have to give them back.
Mm.
So
Wow.
it's levels to it, Nikki. I wish I would have known all of that, because you gotta be straight. That's why I don't have too much music out there because I don't want to have a sample or a piece of somebody beat and
Mm-hmm.
that's my beat, that's mine. You can't do that. I want all my business to be straight before I start releasing music.
Right.
I gotta have everything copywritten because I think that I release good music, and I do think that there are vultures who will steal music.
Of course. Of
You
course.
know what I'm saying, and then they'll change it up. Like they'll change just a little bit. They'll take your idea and turn it into something because they have more means than you. Now they make
Exactly.
millions off of something you created. It
Well,
happens. It happens all the time.
you know the name of the game. The name of the game is money.
Oh
So
yeah,
if they can take yours and make it into something for them, then of course they're gonna do it and make the money off of it.
yeah,
That's the crazy part. So what
yeah.
advice do you give to aspiring artists or business owners out there from the start? What advice would you give to them on their journey?
just make sure just make sure you have a plan. And there's no such thing as a foolproof plan. You always going to take a gamble. Just make sure you write what you plan to do down. Just make sure you follow through with it. You got to stay consistent. Like you can't just do it sometime and then you can't have one foot in and one foot out because that's what I tend to do. I tend to let life and life experiences derail me sometimes. Sometimes you forget because you got things going on. I know we all have life happening, but you got to keep going through some of this stuff. It ain't easy, but it's possible.
I totally agree. It's not gonna be an easy journey. It's gonna be a long journey,
Hmm.
but you're gonna get there. You're gonna get there one day at a time.
Yeah,
So the most important thing for you tonight is to let people know how they can follow you. Where is your music at? What platforms are they on so they can support you?
I got an Instagram page. My Instagram is Bezoblaze, BEZOBLAZE. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm up to about, I think I got about 3,500 followers now. I got some music on YouTube. It's Hello Tiger, HOWLOTYGA, and then the songs come up. That's a couple of songs. I really haven't released. I got a lot of music that I haven't released because I just got DistroKid. It's the distribution services for Apple and a lot of other social media outlets. I haven't really released any music on it because, like I said, once I want to have everything in order so I don't have any legal issues in the future.
Right. Yeah, make sure y'all support his music. It'll be on all platforms soon. Once he gets all his licensing together. Thank you, Brian, for being a guest on Breaking the Silence podcast. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to yet another episode of the Breaking the Silence. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Breaking the Silence podcast YouTube channel for updates, snippets, and more. Remember to make every day count because we never know if it's our last. So tune in next time to break the silence together.
Wasted too much time. Now I'm here and crying. And I don't think he's coming back. Been around the world and
Hey, yo, Sway, you desperate for greatness, bro.